Our flight attendants had us close the blinds. They insist it's mandatory. I began my flight around 9 hours ago. I left New York for Singapore, which would have me fly for around 19 hours. I packed sleeping pills and chewing gum for my ear and jaw pain. My sinuses always act up when the pressure changes, and I dreaded this flight, especially because I had to do it alone for a conference. I listened absently to the flight crew's instructions. The closest attendant had a tight bun and bubble gum pink lipstick. She had an overly sober expression, and even though her lips were stretched into a smile, her eyes weren't. They mentioned that we would be flying very high and the pressure change might affect us. I doubted the crew would help my sinus pain. The moment we took off, I swallowed the sleeping pills and dozed off. I remembered dreams that felt heavy and suffocating. This was interrupted by a sharp, explosive pain in my jaw. I woke up confused and sweating. I yanked off my sleeping mask, but the pain kept exploding. I couldn't cry or talk. I endured the next hours, praying for it to end. I felt my stomach rise and a terrible tightness took over my chest. My agony ended abruptly, leaving me in shock. I looked over at other passengers who also looked shaken. I was exhausted and wanted to escape. I checked my watch. 7 hours in. I tapped the 2 guys next to me and asked them to stand up. I stumbled to the restroom, dizzy and defeated. I opened the door but couldn't figure out how to lock it. I poured out my stomach and spent another 15 minutes splashing water on my face. I assumed the flight attendants didn't know the restroom was occupied. I overheard them discussing whether to do something. I gagged loudly and they heard me. I flushed, which sounded like another engine. I opened the door and gave them an awkward smile as I hopped back to my seat. They looked at me as if I had walked in on them talking about me. I just wanted to escape my claustrophobic seat. What do you think about his experience with the flight attendants?